Hey everybody, I hope all is well. ATC time about those comments are a really quick video. So I did the video here. Are black women safe anywhere? Look at the stats. Black women are traumatized and unalived. And this here was other young lady who just basically went to a restaurant, get a bite to eat, unprovoked, and next thing you know, who come the angry birds attacking her. She even got shot. Spitting out what, bullets and blood, teeth. And that's why I wanted to show, and again, there will be more than one video, given the comments here, the diversity of the comments. The rejects have the audacity to demand respect. So uniquely, Vicky says, why did that first young lady describe her attacker as a young gentleman? There's nothing gentle about a criminal. Yep. The reason I think she did that, training in the BC. No matter what they do now, you don't want to give them a bad look. You gotta always show them respect. Now they can call us all kind of names, the degenerates, what have you, try to make fun of us. The worst of names. It's okay. But that's the training. We are led by a matriarch, and so you just can't. You don't want to. You gotta always be respectful. Now, anything that they call you, just ignore it, okay, and just go on. But I keep telling you, in the BC, the women and children are not protected, but the dusty men are. Oh, especially a criminal, a dusty. You want to bet? Don't you be talking about him like that. They're protected. So this user XF4DY6Z12Q says, the older I get, the more I realize that actually for me, I'm hated on more by older black men than younger black men. And I noticed that too. A lot of older people, and it can be for Dustinas too, Dusty and Dustinas, a lot of older people, they are very jealous of younger people because you know why? They've got that mentality, it's got to be hard. Life is hard and challenging now. But if they see any kind of inkling where, like, just for example, some people make a living off YouTube. That's all they do. They can travel. They cannot leave the house all day long and make a living off YouTube. You'll find older people will be mad about that. Oh, all they doing is sitting up there just talking every day and somebody that don't make no nonsense. Well, people are communicating. It does make sense because they are communicating there with someone that they have a common interest, or it could be something that they don't have an interest in, but it's stimulating. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I will listen to that. Could be educational, informational, could be comedy, a variety of things. But the very fact that some people do that, some people can work at home remote, some people can start an online business. And I've seen that an older person sit back and you're like, hey, you should be the one to say, hey, go get them. Can't do that. Jealousy. Jealousy. And a lot of them are at the bottom. hmm Afraid to live out a dream. If you want to do it, hell, do it now. There's some lady down here, she's 90 years old, start a YouTube channel. Well, I don't want to do all that. Yeah, a hater slash reject. But at the same time, they'll put everybody down, but demand respect. So let's talk about the respect of the men. Check out this comment here. SID12399 said, I'm in Chicago, and just yesterday I went to 7-Eleven on a work break. A group of black men hanging out near the alley before you get to the store. One started shouting at me to get my attention. Mm-mm-mm. I ignored him and kept walking. This fool started walking behind me, yelling, Didn't you hear me talking to you? I'm not surprised. Again, this fool started walking behind me, yelling, Didn't you hear me talking to you? I turned around and yelled, Back off! And with my hand in my jacket. My jacket is worth a gift my uncle gave me years ago. A knife with a leather handle that fits between the fingers. Yes, go aunt, go girl. Think brass knuckles with a blade on it. Love it. These black men, old and young, are a danger. And especially to black women, because why? The power is not in hollering and screaming. The power is in the pocket. The power is in resources and money. As a collective, they don't have. But guess what? They still one of the men. You has got to respect me. Rejects won't respect. So what do? That's why you don't want to be around them. Where there's more than two or three, you're taking a chance at one. That's where you don't want to be. Already at the bottom of the poll, they have nothing to offer. Some of them would not be able to eat tonight if it wasn't for a woman or Zed, the EBT. Some of them, as that man said, another black man said, without most black women, they would be homeless. So don't you know they know that they're failures? I always complain. Okay, I can complain sometimes too, but I get to going. Always complaining. Okay, but we can all complain. But what else you gonna do? What else? What else are we going to do? Always complaining, never taking any action. See, and they know, believe it or not, I don't care how they try to flex in the community, and the mammies try to put them up on a pedestal, the dust bucket pedestal. They already know. To be honest with you, and I hate to tell you, even if you're a decent black man trying to build, you might get a little respect. But as a collective, no one really cares what black men think except black women. To be honest with you, everybody been done put them on mute. They've been done put them on mute. Oh, of course. Who do you think is going to listen to a collective of men who don't value family? Who is going to listen to men or take them seriously? The $50 billion liability boys. Who? Who do you think? And they know that. Society just sees them as a joke, a hopeless joke. They can see the trajectory of the community. Heck, we can see it. It's no secret. Open up your eyes. Take off the rose-colored glasses. So no one takes them really seriously. You serious? Come on, really? Nah, don't take them seriously. And they know that. So the only person that they can try to project on some kind of power, intimidation, is going to be black women. Any decent man that has it, it's just like it can be Boo and Cooter. You think Wall Street, people that have money, taking Boo and Cooter seriously? I'm good at fighting and I get in my pickup. You better not scratch my truck. I'll cut you up. No, they're seen as degenerates. People with money don't want to be around Boo and Cooter. Why people with money? Are you crazy? Can't, no, oh no, degenerate. Just the way it is. So the ones at the bottom, I have to break it down to you, no one's taking you seriously. But still, as men, they feel they have the need to want to control something. So that's why they take out their anger and their failures on women, on black women in the BC. That's why. Certified failure, certified dust bucket, $50 billion liability boys. Can't afford to feed, but got the nerve to breed. And then look what happens to most of the women that become their baby mama on that struggle bus. Look what happens to most of the women that become their baby mamas. And then some wanna box up, girl, do you, boo? It ain't no flex being a wife. Honey, let me tell you something. It's a flex being a wife when you got a man that can take care of you. It's a flex being a wife when you have a man that has resources and you have access to those resources. That's a flex. Sorry to tell you. It is a flex. Yes, when a woman has a man that has the resources and she has access to them. It is. Let something happen now. Uh-oh. Something occurred. Ladies, let's go here. And we all need to go ahead and just spend $2,000. Well, the ones that can spend the $2,000, That's a nice flex. Why? They have the money. The one that doesn't, well, it's going to be a little different for you. Uh-oh, you have a partner in life, two incomes. Something has happened to one. Well, it is a flex if, let's say, if something happens to the man and he's left his wife taken care of. She has a stack of money coming her way, plus plus a regular income every month. Sure, you think it ain't a flex? Then the one sitting up here, where am I gonna go? My rent done went up. Uh-oh, what am I gonna do? But you know why we do that? Because that's our culture. Our culture is women taking care of everything. The men don't have to offer anything. Most don't have anything to offer the women, to be honest with you. That's why when you hit your wagon of one and you carry the seed of poverty D and you carry his children, you can about guess what's going to happen. And it's so obvious now. And that's why some people, they'll see it and they keep on moving. There are some that could help single mothers, but it's a choice. And a lot of times when you try to have a conversation, they like to box up, ready to punch back at you. So, a lot of people do. They know the mindset of people, they keep on moving. They know them. I mean, at this point, the man, what can they offer you? What's the incentive for carrying their seed? What's the incentive for even having them in your life? So I don't care what people may project on the outside, they know who they are on the inside. And men like this here, her comment, yelling at her, don't you hear me talking to you? This is a man he is conquered and he is broken. And he is more than likely broke. He's not respected. He is conquered, broke, and disrespected. But he still wants to feel like he's a man. He's accomplished nothing. Probably hasn't even tried. Has accomplished nothing. And then when he sees you, don't you hear me talking to you? He has the audacity to try to demand some kind of respect. Doing all along, he's a reject. I'm sorry. Any man that's sitting around that's a bum, who else would do this? And look, hanging out near the alley. Oh, are you getting paid to hang out near the alley? Rejects. So they're probably in somebody's house, and sometime the woman is there and tired of them being all day, so she wants them to go ahead and go. Why don't you go ahead and go somewhere? I've seen it, and I've heard people say that. Just kind of go on and go somewhere. Why? Because a man does not work. He does not work at all. All he does is stay in his mama house or his baby mama house or his grandmama house, and he doesn't go to work and do anything. And so it's like, oh boy, he's always there. Sometimes they want a little time to themselves, the mammies do. Holding up the dusty stained banner sun that they've got. They want a little time to themselves. You betcha, huh? Mm-hmm. So he just goes out. Doesn't have any money to go anywhere. Are they in the alley discussing how to start a business? Are they? They could write a book, especially, that's why I have no sympathy, especially black men. They could write a book on my life as a bum. And they'll say something like, hey, I treated my baby mama bad. Black women will go out there and buy that book like something crazy. Black women, we can write a book. Child, she's just trying to make some money. A black man can write a book on him being a bum, and I treat my bit, but I just want to, here's my apology book. Oh, it'll be a bestseller in the hood. They'll go out there and just go buy like a bunch of fools. And then he'll get the money and go, he look up, who that? Oh, that must be his aunt manager. Oh, no, that's Becky. But, he done sold 1,000,000 copies. So this here, from SID 12399, they're trying to demand respect from a woman. I'm assuming you're a black woman. But they want to try to demand respect from women because they can't get that from men. Other men that have assets, they're not taking these fools seriously. Number one, they're not going to be hanging out near the alley. That's how you see them. Like a lady that was attacked in the liquor store, trying to buy some wine, attacking her, trying to bite her eye out, just hanging around. Are you getting paid to be hanging? Just hanging around. Won't you hang around at the employment office? Won't you hang around at the trade school? How about that? Well, this is crazy. So this is why. Don't you hear me talking to you? Oh, not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. Trying to demand respect because they already know the world sees them for who they are. What the dust buckets do know is that most black women have their blinders on and might oblige them. You did the right thing. And as times get harder, a lot of these fools get older, they will realize they have wasted their youth. They will be very jealous of other people, especially younger people. I kid you not. But this here, this is so not. I mean, this is their thing. I remember hearing about this when I was a kid. And once I went to a store and it's like, whoa, a store in the hood. It's like that's what they do. They just yell out like idiots. Again, rejects want to demand respect because they already know no one else is going to take them seriously. So what they try to do is demand respect from women, from black women. Yeah, the mammies are making them think, well, he's still a man. He didn't even earn $3 last year. He's still a man. He's a liability. And let me tell you something. She did the right thing. I'm glad she had something on her. When these rejects demand respect, do not engage. Do not engage. Do not engage. Saying back off, fine. Keep it moving. Say what you got to say and keep it moving. Times are going to get more challenging. The mammoth's going to be feeling the crunch too. And these rejects are going to be out here trying to come off some kind of woman. And when it doesn't work, that's how you know the least little thing. They're very volatile. They'll start to go off. They're going into attack mode. But yeah, this is what they do. They love to attack women. Going to try to demand some respect. Want to go to a job interview or a place of employment and ask them, hey, can you hear me? I'm here to ask for an application. Hanging out near the alley. What's the alley going to do? They've already accepted failure. That's why they do what they do. They've already given up. See, people, I was doing something. I said, oh, I can do both. Man, I messed up on my trade. And one day I'm like, damn, I lost $2,200. Oh, crap. Next day I had my behind focus. Why? Always doing something. I'm like, oh, shoot. Oh, dang it. I can't believe it. I was, oh, no, that's it. Man, I've lost 20,000 before in a day. Whoop, it happened. Still trade. Make a little change. Still make a little money. So why are these men hanging out in the alley? They've already given up. And all they do is go out into the community and they're like terrorists. So this right here, shouting to get her attention, guess what? The rest of the world's ignoring them. They hold no value. I'm sorry to tell you. They hold no value. So they go out, and if they can get somebody to engage in some kind of conversation, hey, that's it. Real quick, story for the right game. It was so funny. Um, he was in the airport and something had went down. I guess he was trying to scan his ticket. Oh yeah. And something happened. I said, oh, go back and do this. So he gets out of line. Then he comes back there. And so it was a black man that was supposed to be next with his family. And they said, oh yeah, so they told him they said to come on back up. So he came up there and they're like, okay, it worked fine, no problem. So the black man that was gonna be next, again, my friend had already been there. Um, he said that the black man later approached him. And he said, hey, man. And I will say this about my friend. He is one of those kind of soft spoken, well off, bougie kind of characters. I mean, not characters, not a character kind of guys. He is that kind of guy. And I think, like I told him, I think I know what happened. Is sometimes his facial expression, you can look at a person and see it's like this person, his expression is like, you're like so super dumb. So the black man came up and approached him. He was like, man, let me tell you something. Uh, you welcome. You welcome. And so my friend is like, at this time they had the mask on. Okay. So my friend is like, excuse me? He said, you welcome. He said, I went ahead and let you go ahead of me. And you just said thank you or nothing. He said they were in the airport and the guy said, I let you go ahead of me and you just said thank me or nothing. You just went on. And no, you're not going to get away with disrespecting me in front of all these white folks. I said, you're kidding me. And he's like, I just looked at the guy. Now we gotta go ahead and stick together. And I know you might be on a different level, but you're gonna respect me. You need to show me respect as another black man. You can't do this to me. So my friend, he said, I just looked at him and he said the guy kept going. He said, yeah, I see you. And I said, well, at first I kind of laughed and it sounds so crazy. And I said, well, I said, you know what? I said, even when you had that mask on, I said, you know how you do? And I said, I bet your facial expression, maybe your eyes kind of gave him a kind of look that you thought he was beneath him. And that's why he came off like that. You're going to respect me, saying crazy stuff. I'm going to demand my respect. You can't do this in front of me, in front of all these white folks. We should be black men respecting each other. I mean, and I said, oh, but you gotta be kidding me. He's like, yeah. The guy was saying all this kind of stuff. And I said, yeah, I'll bet you he probably read your expression. Because, I said, sometimes you do that. Everybody make our expression. I said, but I've seen you do that. And I think he probably read it. So, oh, I know. I see how he is. And that's why he did what he did. And he was like, yo, neither one of us is leaving until you go ahead and thank me. And I was like, this is crazy, outrageous. And so he said, I knew then that this guy is a nut, a wacko. And he was like, I said, oh boy. So he said he knew then what he was dealing with. And he went ahead and just what? Just thanked him. And then he says, oh, my apologies. Well, thank you so much. And he didn't have to thank him because my friend was already been up there. And he had scanned his ticket and he had to come back. And they knew that. And they told him to go ahead and come on when they saw him. And he said, I didn't even waste my time to even explain it. I just went ahead and gave him a thank you and just went on. So why did he do that? Because he already knew that man. I said, listen, as I know, that man probably been being disrespected. And when he saw you as a black man do it, he thought, oh no, not today. He put one of those, not today, Satan. I said, he put one of those moves on you. I said, he's probably been being that way. And he kind of described him. I said, oh yeah. I said, he's probably, it happens. I said, he's probably already been used to people kind of treating him a little different based on the outfit alone. I said, I can already tell you. I mean, come on, you can figure it out. I said, so when he saw you, he was like, of all days, he was not about to let another black man, as he say, disrespect him. He's like, I'll let you go first. And it's like, no, he'd already been up there. So it wasn't like he skipped the line. So yeah, that right there, that's a man who pretty much he's probably not used to being respected or held to a high regard. So every now and then they have a moment and it's like, oh no, it ain't happening today. You're gonna respect me. And that's what these men do. Again, hanging out near alley, who does that? It's so much to do in life. People working 2 and 3 jobs, hanging out near the alley. Why? They've given up. And if you're around, they see you. That's when the rejects, they will go off. You have just rejects sitting up here, rejects trying to demand respect. And it's something that they will never get. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. I want to point that out. I'm like, hanging out near the alley. People got 2 and 3 jobs, and you sitting up here. And they, don't you hear me talking to you? Wanting to be seen, wanting to be recognized. And they really, I think, go this hard at black women in the BC. Because guess what? No one else cares what they think, okay? The verdict is out. Losers. Nobody with anything going on is just hanging out near the alley, hanging out in front of a store, hanging out on the sidewalk. People sitting up here working 2 and 3 jobs trying to make it. So be very leery of the reject. Because every now and then, those rejects, they'll jump. They will have... Sometimes they'll get very violent. So be leery of the rejects lurking around the community. They're just rejects trying to command respect. But notice, it's only toward the women. And I'm out.